What is going on, y'all? It is Fargassier. Hopefully, you're having a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Friends, a while back, we made a video talking about why your build matters more than you realize. And while we were streaming a couple of weeks ago, a good friend and content creator, Ram, will have a link to their channel in the description below, suggested that we make a Nocturnal build. The Nocturnal legendary effect is a legendary effect that, while most wastelanders will see it on a weapon, it is instant script. So, y'all, let's get in here and talk about a Nocturnal build. We called it the Nightman Cometh. Y'all, let's get in here and talk about this build. And it was actually surprising what Nocturnal and even Whistle in the Dark could do. And now, as far as our build goes with the lever action rifle, which, by the way, Munchkey, thank you so much for giving that to us, because I could not get a Nocturnal rifle to save my life outside of already having the Whistle in the Dark. So, bud, thank you so much for that. But with the lever action rifle and the Whistle in the Dark, we are going to be utilizing VATS, but because of the rolls on the lever action rifle, we chose to more go away from using VATS perk cards and more utilize the stealth and the rifleman perk cards, because for me personally, if I am using a lever action rifle, I would like to, on the second star, have the VATS 50% hit chance, maybe less VATS on the third, but it's really the make sure that I get that hit in VATS. That way I can be building up my critical, and then I can really build into the VATS critical line, like in luck, in agility, and all that. But yeah, this build right here is mainly more for stealth and for the rifleman. If you need to know about my legendary perk cards, we have it spelled out. It spells PALS: perception, agility, intellect, luck, and strength. And if you're wondering about the mutations that we're using on this build, it's basically the same mutations that I use every day while playing Fallout 76. And now these are the mods on the lever action rifle and the Whistle in the Dark, and we did build these more for power and not for the critical damage for shots, because if we have the 15% crit fill on the third star for both of these, then we could absolutely every other shot get a critical shot as long as our luck is at 25. And if you have the 25% less VATS, you are going to need a luck of 33 to get a critical shot every other shot that you hit. Now, as I was testing this build, there was something that popped up in my mind of seeing a question asked on the Fallout 76 subreddit a while back, talking about, is the inside instances considered night, and what about daily ops? Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, in my testing today on stream, I did not see a damage increase until the timer hit 6 p.m. inside of a daily op. So no, the inside in my testing is not considered nighttime, and my time inside of the daily op did not consider it nighttime either. And now, while I utilize this lever action rifle and the Whistle in the Dark mainly during the daytime, I absolutely had so much fun with this build. And this really does show you that even though we don't have a damage modifier for a legendary effect before the hours of 6 p.m. and after the hours of 6 a.m., I was still pumping out a lot of damage. And honestly, using a lever action rifle made me feel like I was playing Modern Warfare 2 again, just not as much with the intervention, but the aim down for quick scoping or no scoping was absolutely so much fun. And being able to rack up ammo is what I always tell people. Rifleman is so good for gathering ammo out there in the wasteland, whether you be at Morgantown, whether you be at West Tech, but as long as your build is right for that weapon and you're having fun, then nothing else really matters. Now, you may be wondering, is the legendary effect Nocturnal worth it to have on your weapon? And as I say in my streams, that answer is very subjective. It's really a two-part answer to a one-part question. While the answer may be no to most players out there in the wasteland that are looking to pump out as much damage as humanly possible constantly 24/7 through their adventures in Appalachia, the answer for other folks might just be a yes. And now, I don't know if folks have the same reasoning that I do for picking up stuff with the legendary effect that others may not want, or even just taking off your legendary effects or legendary perk cards, or just changing your build up completely. It makes me change the way that I normally play, and it makes the game a bit more challenging, and that's why I think folks would like the Nocturnal effect, because you get the 12 hours of helpfulness, but you still get, if it's a 3-star, you still get the 2nd star and the 3rd star. But you realize that your build matters so much more and you have to optimize your build because elsewise you're not going to be doing a lot of damage in a solo type environment with the Nocturnal bit. You're going to want to do more damage. You're going to have to get your Rifleman cards. You're going to have to play a little bit more sneaky, so you're going to need your sneak perk cards, or you're going to have to build into the Chinese stealth armor suit. There is so many things that changing up your build and picking up something that you normally wouldn't makes you think about the game so much different, and that's why I like this. That's why I like the challenges from folks in the comments, folks in chat, and even from myself when driving to work or to the house from work. I'll be like, that might seem pretty fun to do. Let's try it out. So let me know in the comment section below if you have any goofy goober type builds you'd like to see me try in the future on a stream and potentially make a video out of it, because you never know what you're going to find. And that is why we are bringing back our random purveyor wheel spin, where we spend 2,000 script and we try to see what the purveyor is going to give us as a random build. Oh, Malanta, I am so excited and not so excited for that to come back. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to check this video out. And like I said before, if you hadn't seen the video where we go over why your build matters more than you realize, check it out right here. Thanks so much to the channel members for the continued support. Y'all have a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland, friends. Love ya.